Welcome back, everyone. We are here once again for what is, I hope, to be a fantastic matchup between two teams in their second losers bracket matchup of the weekend. This is the Enferms versus Kill la Kill, two teams that I think are going to be relatively evenly matched. Kill la Kill having a pretty strong run through the losers bracket alongside the Enferms. My name is Dio. I'm going to be joined in this cast by Bubble Man once again. How's it going, Bubble?
It's going very well, thank you. Just had a nice chocolate biscuit and I'm refreshed and ready.
We've got a couple teams here that I think are gonna have a relatively good time with this match. The Enferms are coming off a 5-0 victory against Corsace Season 2 in the losers bracket this weekend. They had a lot of relatively high scores, a couple double FCs this weekend, in addition to that 5-0 victory. Kill la Kill, meanwhile, is coming off of a win against Kohai Team High B. I would love to report exactly the margin of victory on that one, but it doesn't seem to be pulling up for me, so we're going to go ahead and wait on getting some stats from their previous match. But the Enferms with, I think, a team that a lot of people are going to know: Donut, Riot, Dench, Blue, Headstack, Couch, Tebby, and Megamit. Kill la Kill, if you've been around the tournament scene for a while, definitely with some players to mention for sure. Tested Pivka and Wanderer in particular have been putting up some pretty fantastic performances as of recent.
Yeah, can you confirm whether this is winners or losers bracket?
This is the losers bracket. This is actually their second match of the losers bracket this weekend for both teams. Kill la Kill and the Enferms both having played once on this pool already in the round of 16. So this is the second time that they're going to be on this map pool.
Well, so already we can kind of feel out some higher performing maps and some weaknesses. Maybe they know their own strengths, they know the other team's weakness, they've seen some MP links. So we're going to see some very well meditated picks and some very well researched bans, I think, coming out from these teams.
Definitely what you always hope to see. The Enferms, like I said, did have a 5-0 win earlier against Corsace Season 2. They had a tough time, honestly, on picks like Nomad 6, but they've had a relatively good time on a lot of the other more technical maps in the pool, as well as a lot of the double time picks in this map pool. So I expect them to continue picking into those types of maps, and that is what they're doing. They're going with Double Time 2. It's a rather popular pick, it looks like, and it was actually banned out against them by Corsace Season 2 in their previous match. Double Time 3, however, picked up by Kill la Kill. Primarily a Russian team here for Kill la Kill. So a lot of their players definitely favoring some of that speed. Hidden 3 and Freemod 3 banned out definitely shows that they are not into the low pro trait reading, however, do not want either of those maps up. And Nomad 1 and Freemod 1 banned out by the Enferms in turn.
Yeah, no lower approach rate here. We've got all of the AR8 and below AR9 maps banned out, to my knowledge. Hidden 3, Freemod 3, Freemod 1. And we can see going for speed again, trying to really target the perceived weakness they think they have found in the Enferms roster. But then, hold on a sec. Have they found a perceived weakness? The Enferms have picked DT2, another stamina, speedy, left-hand mechanics map. Well, tapping hand mechanics map. Sorry to all you lefties who tap with your right hand. It's very uninclusive of me. So, 3 picks that are relatively similar. They're in the same ballpark of skill set, stamina, speed, burst stamina. What's the deal? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think both of these teams are honestly just favoring the same sort of picks in their pick ban strategy, obviously. But this is an interesting one for sure. The team for the enferms in their previous matchup did have a rather convincing win on Nomad 5 up against Kyrgyz Season 2. About 1.5 million team score for them on that map. So Kill la Kill was picking into the enferms knowing that they have had quite good scores on Double Time 3 and Nomad 5. DT3 in particular, almost 3.5 million team score for the enferms. So Kill la Kill have to be very confident that they are going to almost 4-way full combo the map at that point to try and contest the pick. Meanwhile, the enferms now picking into some different sorts of maps, saying, okay, you know what, they are picking the speed for us. Let's go with a couple other maps that we think they're not going to be quite as good on. Hard Rock 2 and Hidden 2, apparently, those maps that they think Kill la Kill are not going to be quite as strong on.
Yeah, a couple of interesting picks. First time I think I'm seeing Hard Rock 2. I've seen it banned out a couple of times. So it'll be good to see it played instead this time. 209 BPM, so a little bit, again, more speedy. Higher in, well, yeah, I suppose higher in speed than it otherwise would be for a Hard Rock slot. Above 200 BPM. They've also picked... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and then Hidden 2 is also a relatively streamy map, right? It's the flow aim, stream-focused Hidden pick, so all of these picks so far are very tapping intensive for both teams, and even the first aim map that we get here in DT1 is still a double time pick. It's still one of the fastest maps in the pool, 263 BPM at its pick, so very, very fast overall for both of these teams, and I'm very surprised now to see Nomad 2 get banned out after all of these maps get picked.
So we may be looking at the enferms picking up longer streams and Kill la Kill picking up shorter, bursty, more snappy, quick burst style maps. Very difficult to describe it in more than just one term, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, especially with the Nomad 2 ban now from Kill la Kill. Definitely not wanting these longer streams that are more focused on flow aim, and absolutely wanting more snap aim from Double Time 1, wanting shorter bursts in Double Time 3 at a higher BPM. Nomad 5 as well, definitely fitting that bill compared to something like Double Time 2 or Hard Rock 2 or Hidden 2. All of the lower BPM picks have been picked by the enferms, if you can call Double Time 2 low BPM. At least in the context of this draft, it is on the bottom half of the tempo for all of these maps. But both of these teams, yeah, picking very, very similar sorts of maps, but I think we're just about out of speed picks at this point, right? I don't think there's actually any more left in the pool.
The last thing I can think of really is Fremont 2, is the Flashbulb Lawn Wake 2. 220 BPM, it's not quite as bursty, not quite as fast as the rest of the picks. DT3, Nomad 5, DT1, all above 240, almost all above 260. Save for Nomad 5. But what other option do they have? I mean, if they don't pick it, then the enferms might be picking it. They've also got Nomad 6 potentially, and it will be Fremont 2. Yeah. We found the pattern, and if that's a contested pick, as we may believe it is from DT2 being the first pick from the enferms, it might come down to that pick. It might be a 5-3 in either, or a 5-2 either way. And there's the Nomad 6. It's It's a speedy one, this one.
It definitely is. And so, since both of these teams have already played this map pool, I do want to compare the maps that they have both played on this pool to each other. If you're just taking the results from the previous matches, again, they both won 5-0. It was one-sided for both of these teams against their previous opponents this weekend. Double Time 3 actually goes to the enferms. 3.4 million team score to about 2.7, 2.8 million team score for Kill la Kill. Nomad 6 goes over to the enferms, but I believe every other map that we're seeing in this matchup has only been played by one team. The enferms did play Nomad 5. They only were able to pick up about 1.4 million team score on that map, so compared to something like Double Time 3, it's a far better pick for Kill la Kill, where they can expect to maybe come out a little ahead on a map like that. But these first 3 maps are definitely going to determine who has the upper hand on the higher BPM picks in the pool.
Orc. Yeah, we get to see DT2 now. The beginning of the speed showcase, I think it could be referred to as. We've got streams on one side, we've got raw speed on the other, and then we have the added little bit of finger control, speed, stamina, interesting rhythm map for Nomad 6 near the end, as well as Free Mod 2, the Free Mod mix-up. Putting these rosters in, it's Tebby, Megamick, and Riot. They need one more. Side of the enferms, and then on the other side, for Kill la Kill, Fury, Tester, Unberlin, and Stimmix. Dench now in for the enferms. Fairly scary roster. Fairly scary.
Fairly scary for both teams, actually, as we get into this first pick. Kill la Kill definitely with quite a lot of strong speed players on their team. The same can be said for the enferms. Obviously, both of these teams picking into that skill set extremely heavily. I'm interested to see how this one turns out. If you're interested as well, go ahead and take part in the prediction we've got going in chat right now. Throw some channel points around and bet on who's going to come out on top. I've placed my bets already, but I'm really interested to see how this goes with two teams who, really didn't give away all that much information, and especially with so many maps picked in this match in particular that didn't get picked by both teams in their last matches against their previous opponents this weekend. A lot of maps where you really can't predict what's going to happen, so this is... I'm ready to see how this turns out, how this first map goes. I think it'll absolutely set the tone for the rest of this match. Looks like, however, there's... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that map wasting no time in getting started, and a miss coming out early on for Curie. Megamick following it up, but trading with Unberlin. It's 3 FCs to 2 as we leave the first quarter of the map. Players settling into the match, settling into their nerves. Accuracy advantage for Kill la Kill, definitely keeping them in contention, and really closely in contention as well. As a miss for Tebby will change the tide.
Unberlin does follow up with a miss for the side of Kill la Kill as well, and Curie finds a second miss through this map. Tester, Pika, and Stimmix holding on strong to their full combos, and with the accuracy advantage over Dench and Riot, the score is staying very, very close right now, but Unfortunately for Kill la Kill, the combo advantage that Megamick has over either Kyori or Umboomin is giving that score lead over to the Enfirm slowly but surely. Now just about close to 50k, 100k, somewhere in there as the lead continues to build. But there goes Dench, the last full combo, or second to last full combo gone for the Enfirms. Only Riot left standing against both Tester Pivka and Stomachs.
Stimmix, I would say.
Stimmix.
Yeah, that miss from Dench, potentially catastrophic. It's right the last quarter of the map. Another 250k score to go, and it's 2 FCs to 1. Big supporting combo for Megamick and Tebi building up 400, but matched by Underlin. Advantage Kill la Kill. If they can hold on, if they can keep their accuracy strong, they will take this lead back in the closing stages of the map. It's drawing ever nearer.
Oh, and there's only these two spinners.
Not quite enough time to take it.
Oh, that is so close.
Skin of their teeth. They fend off the speed of Kill la Kill. That was risky. That was scary, man.
It really was. That's the first pick, by the way, for the Enfirms. You wouldn't expect it with how close that map was, but that is a first pick for one of these teams. Very, very close, within about 20, 30,000 points for both of those teams. One miss on Stimmix. Full combo for both Tester Pivka and I believe Riot on the side of the Enfirms. Overall, extremely close map. Ever so slightly better supporting scores for the Enfirms, letting them come out on top. Like you said, Bubble, by the skin of their teeth. And now we get into a double time 3. This is one of the maps, by the way, that both of these teams have already played this weekend. If you're looking at the scores from their previous matches, 3.4 million for the Enfirms and 2.8 million for Kill la Kill. So you're expecting the Enfirms to come out on top on this map, but based on Double Time 2, it seems like on the day, both of these teams are just on point. Very high team scores for both of them there, about 3.1 million each. So this map could absolutely go either way.
Very different style of map, this one, though. Much higher in BPM. You need the finger control to be able to transition from sliders straight onto streams. The comfort some of these players have shown on 225 may not directly translate onto this map. You could see an entirely different landscape of scores here. We get into it. Similar roster, I think.
The exact same roster for the Enfirms, and just Deske coming in for Kill la Kill. Everybody else remaining the same, so 7 out of 8 staying in.
Deske, Desuk. Usernames are hard.
Usernames are hard, honestly. Could also go with the CH pronunciation of Q, Desche. Or Desuch. 4 different ways.
Just cycle between them.
Use them all interchangeably.
Come up with new ones on the fly.
You could also just pronounce it desk. That's it's viable.
I'm gonna say that. That's easy. That's and desk misses. Desk drops a miss. Later in the map, though, than Danik, who also missed pretty early on. We got a 93% on him. Getting into the chorus, a higher stream bursty requirement here in the chorus. Catches Riot out. Nate and Tester Pivka both dropping misses on the chorus also, which does mean we're pretty even. With 2 FCs to 2 with a higher combo on Desk because of where he missed. Just before the chorus combos through it.
The combos definitely are. The combos definitely are pretty even here. But look at the accuracy: 93% for Danit and 96% for Riot, lower than even the lowest accuracy. Actually, for Desk on the side of Kill la Kill. Megamick as well, down below that 97% mark. Only Dench really comparable in accuracy, and now with that slider break, the accuracy not mattering anymore as Megamix is the only full combo left standing for the enferms. Same can be said, however, for Kill la Kill, both Underlin and Desk dropping at once during that PI time stunt. Stimix holding the only FC for them, and Megumic, however, drops for the enferms. And like you said, Bubble, that comfort on 225 definitely did not carry over for some of these members from the enferms, which is actually really interesting because they, if you remember, had that higher team score from their previous match. You expect them to come out on top based on the previous results, but instead it's Stimix holding far into the map, and Tester Pivka there to take up the reins when Stimix dropped the ball.
Point on the board for the lower seeded team, Kill la Kill. Of course, coming in, I don't think even in the top 32 of the qualifier teams.
No, actually seed 34. Seed 34 out of qualifiers.
Dench a couple of slider breaks in the bridge section in the middle of the map. Ends up with a 700k score, the curse of the split combo. And that will be a point for the picking team. 1-all. They get their pick again, no mod 5, and now a little bit slower, a little bit more intense on the bursts. Less time to recover. We've got a good gist of the team that is more comfortable on this sort of thing, but it's a little lower BPM. We saw a very close, I mean, give it 2 or 3 more seconds and the lead would have flipped on DT2. So of course the team that is most likely to win this based on prior information in this match, how they're performing on the day. Maybe a 2-1 to Kill la Kill. We'll see. Again, stats on everything, as we have seen.
This is definitely an interesting one. Like you said, I think it's probably going over to Kill la Kill. Ever so slightly better on double time as a team throughout the tournament. Ever so slightly better on double time and speed in general on the day. Double time 2 was that much longer, 5 seconds longer. It likely goes their way. Double time 3, about a 700,000 score lead for them out of that map. And now into No Mod 5, sort of in between the two of those maps in terms of BPM and how it plays. A lot of similar sorts of bursts to what you see in Double Time 3 and a couple longer streams here and there, similar to Double Time 2. A couple early breaks for Kyori and Tester Pivka on the side of Kill la Kill, however. Underlin and Stimix holding on their full combos alongside the entirety of the enferms still on the FCs right now, but a few axe drops there from Tabby and Riot, betraying some discomfort on this map, alongside now a full reset actually for the enferms. 4-way break. Only Underlin actually left up, and now everyone dropping all at once during that section. Very clearly a difficult part of the map as everyone drops their combo all at the same time, and it's just now the accuracy really pulling the score lead over to the side of Kill la Kill. And those repeated misses bringing it over to the enferms neck and neck at this point.
There is absolutely nothing in this. The repeated bursts of 3 and 5 notes, draining stamina. Especially the stamina of single tappers more than the stamina of alternators. And I mean, having to alternate this isn't a real walk in the park either.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes when you're always using 2 fingers anyway.
Yeah, it's difficult to burst. It's a lot more difficult to burst as a single tapper, especially repeated bursts, because essentially you're streaming. You're just missing out one of the key taps. So right. It's almost a constant stream you're doing if you're doing constant bursts as a single tapper. The longer you go without a slider to break it up.
Well, we've
we're
been
seeing a
about
higher
this,
level of comfort though. Yeah, we're seeing a way higher level of comfort from a Tester Pivka. He's settled into this pick. He's put his team on his back and he's saying, "All right, to the moon, boys." That's where they're heading. 500k now for him. 500k for Stimmix as well. He's been built up a really good combo while we weren't looking. Dench doing his best to try and match and keep his team in, and it's not really enough. I almost said at the start of this map, if this is the middle ground between DT2 and DT3, should we expect to see a victory by half the amount of the victory of DT4? And it almost seems like that is the case. 800k victory on DT3, and no mod 5, around about 400, 300k. So following a bit of a pattern, maybe.
Yeah, it sort of is the speed of the map actually correlating to the margin of victory here for Kill la Kill at this point. And really, it was a lot of work done by Tester Pivka and Stimmix on that map. The low scores, relatively similar. In fact, Unberlin and Tebby about matched, Kyori and Riot about matched. It was the two top scores that did all of the work there for the side of Kill la Kill. Tester Pivka very clearly comfortable on that level of speed. Stimmix as well, both of them 98% accuracy, 2 misses and 1 miss respectively for those players. Only 1 miss for Dench, but unfortunately not quite as high of a combo, too many slider breaks. And now moving into Hard Rock 2, well, if the BPM has correlated with the margin of victory, well, now that we're below 225, we sort of expect it to go the way of the enferms, right? Down at 209 BPM, relatively low compared to everything else that's been played. In fact, the lowest BPM so far.
Yeah, indeed. If it fits the pattern, that's what we're expecting to see. It's definitely been Tester Pivka and Stimmix, the two big players on the side of Kill la Kill. They've put up a monster showing on all 3 of the maps so far. Yeah, a very different map, this one, though, to the bog standard stream stamina map that DT2 was. It could be different here, but yeah, let's see if it fits the pattern. If it does, I'll be amazed. It's really interesting to see when things like that happen, point them out. We do have Stimmix switching out. Desk jumping in, and Stimmix comes back. So he will be sitting in this lobby.
I think this is, however, the first time we're seeing Hifkill in for Kill la Kill. So
Indeed.
We're finally getting a different member in for Kill la Kill. Tebby, Megamick, Riot, and Dench all in for the enferms. Actually, the exact same roster as they had on No Mod 5, so no swaps for them. I believe it was actually Hifkill and Desk both coming in for Kyori and Unberlin on the side of Kill la Kill.
Let's head in. Let's see what happens here.
I'm ready for a map that has a little bit of extra finger control compared to some of the other picks that we've had so far. Yeah, Spice for sure. Different beat snap divisors, longer streams, more variation in the patterning compared to all 3 previous maps.
Yeah, we've got that already. We've got 1/3, which has been non-existent in the last couple of picks. Or the last picks in this match. Stimmix the first to miss. The accuracy advantage yet again, keeping them in it. And Tebby and Hifkill trading means no change. Riot, though, drops very quickly after, which I didn't see in all of the commotion.
Desk as well, actually dropping alongside Tebby, Riot, and Hifkill. So a 2-for-2 trade there on the full combos. It's just Megamick and Dench against Tester Pivka and Stimmix, and now with an extra miss coming through for Hifkill. A little bit of extra combo there for the enferms once again. A little cursor dance betraying a few misses for Hifkill here, as A Russian team here, Kill la Kill, falling a little bit farther behind on this hard rock pick. These two full combos, or full combo from Denshin, close to full combo from Megamic, doing quite a lot of work for the enferms, but the accuracy for everybody suffers.
There's so much green on my screen. Where's that come from? Is my screen going moldy? Couple of 400 combos. Oh, couple of combo drops. Desk trades with Tebby and Megamic, and that's very important. Dench and Riot. Bending of Tesla Pivka and Stimix, and a big drop all across the board. We've just got Desk held through that section. That's not going to be quite enough heading into the closing stages of this map to bring it back over to their side. If someone had held on for Kill la Kill, it would have been much more interesting of a finale. And yeah, it fits the pattern.
Once again, the BPM goes lower and the enferms come out on top. 209 compared to 225. Well, it's about a 150k, 135k score lead for the enferms. Rather close, but convincing the entire way through. Never throughout that map did Kill la Kill hold a score advantage. It was always just that much better for the enferms all throughout that pick, and you have to wonder if this is going to keep up throughout the rest of the match. The enferms now going with Hidden 2. Well, it's 190, so should we expect them to come out by around 600k on this one?
Yeah, I mean, let's study this a little bit closer, shall we? We'll end up with a 3-3 scenario if DT1 goes the way we think it will, fitting the pattern. Then we've got free mod 2 at 220 BPM. Now, that's 5 lower than DT2. That should, if we're going with our hypothesis here, go the way of the enferms, and that will be the first break point of the match. Now that will set them 4-3. The question I ask you, Dio, what BPM would you say No Mod 6 is? Because it varies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where does it sit? What does it identify as, do you think?
I think that's the question.
There's a slow section, there's a speed up section, there's a speed section at the end, there's interesting beat snap divisors. The match is going to come down to that pick, and it's all going to come down to what BPM that pick is the majority.
I don't even think the majority matters for that pick. I think what is going to end up mattering the most, if we do get to No Mod 6, if all of this holds true and it's 4-3 for the enferms at that point, is where the strain comes from the most during that pick. Which I think is actually for these teams, not on the speed up section, but on the overlap jumps and reading that comes with it. And based off of how this map is going so far, with Stimix Desk and having quite a lot of trouble, Tebby and Couch missing, sure, but the accuracy definitely there for the members of the enferms compared to Kill la Kill. The reading probably ends up in the favor of the enferms, because I think both of these teams definitely have the speed to do very well on something like the speed up parts of No Mod 6, and clearly both have the capacity to deal with different beat snap divisors, as we saw on Hard Rock 2, relatively close scores for both of these teams. But Megamic and Headstack right now, I think, are showing, well, now just Headstack with the double S halfway through the map is really showing the reading prowess needed and flowing prowess needed on a map like this.
His first map, same with Couch, their first map of the match, they hop in and Headstack especially goes, hey, yeah, my time to shine. This is in my range. Time to 1/100 it. He does drop. I was going to say, I didn't mean that literally. You can miss now, and well, he did. That was a crazy play. Looking at the patterns in that, all of the flow aim, the snapbacks, interesting like direction changes on the streams and the shapes of them. That's incredible to get 700k on this.
Yeah, you really have to be on top of your game for something like that, and it's It's actually not quite as big of a score lead as we might have expected, although the overall scores are a bit lower on something like this than they were on, say, Double Time 3, right? 3 million score versus 2 million score as the high score. So still sort of in line. The Enferms definitely doing well so far with their picks. But one thing that we also have to take into account, right, is the teams are just winning their own picks so far. It might just come down to comfort on the maps rather than, the BPM, the tempo of these maps. But with that last pick for Kill la Kill, it definitely does seem like they're just picking into as high of a BPM as they possibly can for all of these picks. Double Time 1, actually the fastest map in the pool at 263 BPM. I'm not going to count the 315 BPM section that does happen in Take, because I believe it's all single taps or 1/2 beat snap divisor at that point. Whereas this does have a few bursts in it here and there, but it's also a very different sort of map. It's our first dedicated jump map that we've seen from these teams. So I think the previous pattern that we've seen in terms of the BPM might not apply as much to this sort of pick, given that it's far less focused on tapping and far more focused on aim.
But let's step back for a second, because the speed requirement for DT3, I wouldn't say is great. There is a speed requirement for it, of course, but speed requirement, and of course while it's present, it's not the overarching be-all and end-all of the map. You've still got the single taps in between, you've still got the jumps, you've still got the aim patterns. Now this a little bit more to the favor of the aim patterns, but it's the single tap requirement. It's being comfortable on this BPM is certainly a plus. So despite the fact that it's not a speed pick, it could still be treated like a speed pick.
It definitely can. And of course, the teams who do tend to do better on speed do tend to do better on Double Time 1, high approach rate, high BPM aim picks as well. So I can definitely see it, and it's reflected in the rosters. 4 out of 4 members the same for the Enferms as on Double Time 3, and 3 out of 4 members the same for Kill la Kill. Only Fifth Kill subbing in for was Unberlin, who was in on Double Time 3, now out on Double Time 1.
Nobody going the wrong way around the heart this time. Very entertaining to see it. As I say that, it's the speed, it's the burst that trips Danny up. He drops the last note of a triple, he aims off it too soon or doesn't click it, and it's gone. His combo is gone. Accuracy also low at 95%. We've got a 95% on desk, but he's held the combo so far. And it's tough. It's tough to call. It's 95% for Riot also. We've got some high accuracy, we've got some low accuracy on both sides, and Denitis is again. Megamick follows it up. There's 2 FCs left on the Enferms. You can see just a higher level of comfort. As you were saying, the comfort picks for each of these teams, and yeah, they're just picking into their own skill sets and winning them. If we look at the score margin, it's growing. It's about 400k. There's still a 4-way FC with a third of the map left to go. Impressive to see from a team that was rated 34th out of qualifiers. I hate to keep bringing up qualifier performance, but it is a good gauge of where teams sit, or else, you know, it wouldn't be used to seed teams. Dench and Riot doing what they can, 98%. But matched by Hifkill, who has missed. And Stimmix and Tester, big collapse straight into the last chorus. They have a big cushion that they can fall back on, but the lead is going to close. incredibly quickly. Megamick drops a supporting combo. 400 left for Denit and 2 FCs. It's closing. It's 200k. They do not have enough time to close it. Desk misses, but barely not enough time. And it's again another case of just a little bit longer in the map, and it would have flipped. But this is the first map to break our pattern, I think.
It is.
Not as big of a victory.
Dench and Riot with 2 full combos, no FCs for Kill a Kill, but the earlier misses coming through from Megamick and Donut mean that the overall consistency, 760k minimum from Kill a Kill, as well as the 1 miss right at the very end for Desk, means that overall the team has an extremely high average score, and it's enough to put them over the edge, just barely, but that's that difference between the tapping-focused maps and the more aim-focused maps. This is definitely, Double Time 1 picks, definitely far more aim-focused, far less tapping-focused than most of the other maps that we have seen. Freemod 2, however, I think is a little bit more tapping-focused, if I'm not mistaken, so it might just play back in to what we were talking about before. This map is variable BPM, anywhere from 193 to 224 BPM. So this, if we're going by our previous patterns, is going to be probably extremely close between these two teams.
To step back from the match a little bit, seeing the flashball, seeing Lawn Wake 2 in a tournament, it just puts a smile on my face. It's an artist, a series of songs that are pretty famous, even pretty infamous in the rhythm gaming community. So to see it now get maps and be used in a tournament, be viable in a tournament, yeah, I'm happy. That makes me smile.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see maps like this in tournament play. I think especially it's a type of map that you usually see actually in no mod, with the focus on repeated bursts and lots of buzz sliders all over the place. These types of breakcore songs that usually get pooled in there. Now in free mod, I think is going to be quite interesting to see who goes hard rock, who goes hidden for both of these teams. I know that Kill la Kill has not favored hidden, so I'm going to be interested to see who takes it for them, as well as who takes hard rock for both of these teams. Going hard rock on a map like this is extremely taxing on the accuracy. So I'm interested to see who does it for both of these teams. Headstack, Megamick, Tebby, and Riot in for the enferms. I would be expecting Headstack actually as on the hard rock and Tebby on hidden here for the enferms. Tebby, previously known as Kitty K_1TTY. Tester Pifka on hidden and Stimmix on the hard rock. Hifkill, Desk, Megamick, and Riot all on no mod for this one.
There is so much going on in this song. There are so many rhythms that you can choose to map. Why it's so infamous in the rhythm gaming community. Very technical, very breakcore-y, but almost with a random aspect to it. There's so much going on. Got an early miss from Tebby on the hidden. Kill following it up, but trading with Riot, Desk, and Headstack also finding equal misses. We've got 1 FC to 2. Nope. 1. Tester drops. Stimmix against Tebby, and Stimmix misses. Megamick holding strong, 99%. Of course, this being a rhythm game map, it is only 2 minutes in length. We've got 99.2% on Megamick, looking to be the deciding factor in the direction this pick is going to go. And that looks to be away from the picking team. It's going to be a breakpoint if this carries on. And we've got 100k difference. Big misses across the board. Head stack drops, but 3 on the side of Kill la Kill. 600 combo built up from Tebby, 500 from Riot, and they're displaying a level of comfort far above that of Kill la Kill. This is looking decided already, Dio.
It really is. And with that miss from Hifkill, I think it's completely decided. There's just no combo for Kill la Kill. And I think this speaks to the strategy in terms of the mod allocation from these players. I think Stimix and Testrapivka have shown throughout this match that they are the most competent players on this team for Kill la Kill in terms of the raw speed. I almost think that maybe they should have had players tank the mods so that Testrapivka and Stimix could carry with no mod. Megamic clearly allocated a no mod for the carry. Riot as well, approaching that 1000 combo for the enferms. Tebby held on to a very high combo with Hidden, so it's not as if the mods are just being tanked for the enferms, but clearly those no mod players with those massive combos are far more comfortable, as you said, on this map than their modded counterparts. Those high scores, 450, 600k right now, as far and away above anything put up by the side of Kill la Kill at the moment. The highest scores for them are their modded players, 350 and 300k on Testrapivka and Stimix with those Hidden and Hard Rock scores. But with just a sliver of map left, it's coming down to what we expected, what we thought about when we were looking at the tempo of all of these maps and the margin of victory for all of them. We're on to No Mod 6. It's the first breakpoint all match in the favor of the enferms as we move on to Take. The last pick for the enferms at match point, and Kill la Kill gonna have to try and pull it back, force the tiebreaker on the breakpoint.
And it's gone as we predicted, kinda. 4-3 in favor of the enferms on their final pick, No Mod 6. So we ask the question, Kill la Kill, do you have it in you?
They're going to be hard-pressed to find it, I think. This is It's a map with a huge variety of skills needed to come out victorious, and despite the speed-up sections, I almost feel like those parts of the map where the tapping becomes very intense, where the strain becomes the speed in this map, isn't really the focus for these teams. I think the players that are going to make the difference are the ones that are able to hold through the sections of the map that are more difficult to read. We saw Defon's over-tapping on a slowdown. We saw players in our previous match missing on the overlapping jumps, and those types of mistakes can completely decide the map, because if you are able to hit those speed-up sections, if you are able to hit those parts where it comes more naturally to your team overall, then dropping the combo in those intermittent sections in the in-between parts of the map means that now suddenly you never are able to build up that large combo, just like for other teams dropping during those speed-ups. So the rosters definitely need to be carefully picked for both teams. Megamic, Riot, Tebby, and Headstack in for the enferms to try and close it out. Ifkill, Wanderer, and Stimix alongside Desk in for Kill la Kill to try and come out victorious and force that tiebreaker against the enferms. Let's see how it goes.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I love this song. I think I said last match, but I'll say it again. I love this song so much.
Yeah,
so
this
much
song
going on. It turns into speedcore at the end as well.
It does.
Definitely partial to a little bit of speedcore.
This is basically the end of the match here. This one decides either whether Kill la Kill is eliminated from the tournament. This is a loser's bracket match. It'd be going out in the second round of loser's bracket in this weekend, the third round of loser's bracket overall. It would be within the top half, or already within the top half of the teams that qualified for this tournament. So already a good placing compared to their qualifier seeding. And
yeah, top 24 is absolutely going to be nothing to sniff at.
Look at the scores already. The combos for Kill la Kill during these slower sections are really where they're struggling. During the parts where the tempo changes, where it's more focused on the aim, Desk, hit kill, Wanderer already with misses. During the speed up section, however, Tebby and Riot drop on the side of the enferms, alongside basically everybody besides Hitkill and Megamic dropping there. And Hitkill now drops right afterwards on these back and forth jumps. This was that section where we saw misreads from players in the previous matches, and everybody drops their combos. Megamic and Hitkill gone as well. And it's a full reset, but a 130,000 score lead for the enferms at the halfway point.
Now this is important. This speed up is going to decide the match. Whether we go to tiebreaker or leave it there as a 5-3 victory. All eyes at the moment on the combos on Kill la Kill. Riot's dropped to 200. If kill, nope, and you miss.
This lead is vanishing. It's less than 100,000.
Indeed. And here we go. We're into the speed. As I said, what BPM is this map? It's increasing now. We get to see whether it holds true. Megamic holding 400 combo. All of the combos disappeared from Kill la Kill. They're all gone. Riot holding 200, Tebby holding 200 is going to decide this match. They combo through the speed up section at the end.
Oh.
And apparently this map is lower than 225 BPM as the enferms take this and put the point on the board that they need. They secure their match point. No tiebreaker here, although it was very, very close. And it looked like it would go to tiebreaker at one stage.
Yeah, very, very close indeed. Like you said, Riot and Tebby there at the end. That was the difference maker, was that they comboed through the speed up there at the end. Wanderer and Stimix doing their best there at the end in the speed up section, but just couldn't quite hold on. And it goes over to the enferms at the end of it. 5-3, extremely close again between these two teams. Just about as close as it gets without going to tiebreaker. I mean, so many of these maps were within inches of each other, essentially. And that is all it takes, however, to decide a victor. The enferms move on to the quarterfinals weekend in the losers bracket, and they enter the top 16, knocking Kill la Kill out in the top 24. Congratulations to Kill la Kill. Making it this far in the tournament is already an accomplishment.
Oh wait, no, yeah, top 16, because they've passed the first round of losers bracket this week. So it will be top 16 that they end up in. Sorry, that was my mistake, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty fantastic placement then here for Kill la Kill. Compared to 34th seed out of qualifiers, they can definitely be proud of where they ended up. This was a really strong showing from them, including a 5-0 sweep earlier this weekend to make it into the top 16. So an absolutely massive performance from Kill la Kill, but just not quite enough in the face of the enferms. Seed number 15 out of qualifiers, continuing their run through the losers bracket now into the quarterfinals weekend. That's going to do it for us for this match